The look on their faces alone gives it away. It is mission unaccomplished. Bayelsa State Governor tweeted this image on his official X handle, saying that he hosted the duo of Governor of Delta State and the former Governor of Delta State and former Vice Presidential candidate to the PDP in 2023 presidential election. He said they discussed many subjects, including how they will take advantage of the coastal road that Tinubu is building. Many issues, he said, but he never mentioned the fact that they came to him to lure him into APC. When you look at their faces, it seems that they are in a funeral. Yes, if they had accomplished their mission, they would be smiling and hugging each other and, popping champagne that they are going into a new party. Bayelsa State Governor has nothing to lose. He is in his second term. He's not desperate like the Governor of Delta State or Okowa, who is desperate not to be charged by EFCC. That's why he is now the errand boy of Tinubu. He's so shameless how he has descended so low, considering the fact that he contested against the same person just 2 years ago in an election. Now he has become an errand boy. He has taken it upon himself to campaign for him to make sure he wins the South in 2027. How desperate can they be? Forget about narratives and posturing. Tinubu is seriously rattled. He knows that he has no pathway in 2027 to win the presidential election. That's why he has started campaigning 2 years before the election. Can you imagine? This has never happened in Nigeria before. An incumbent panicking this way tells you all you need to know, that he already knows. He gets all the security information, all the briefing. He knows what the North is cooking for him. Forget about people who are saying, the coalition must happen this way. They are giving conditions that if certain people are in the coalition, they will vote the other way. Let them go ahead and vote Tinubu, no problems. We will come back to this in a moment. For a man who believes so much in money and transactional politics, a man that believes that everyone has a price, he just needs to match that price and the person will fall in line. The same man has access to enormous resources, and now he also has access to Nigerian treasury. If he's not able to buy certain politicians, especially in the north, if he's not able to use these enormous resources to prevent them from leaving APC, then it shows the gravity of the problem. There is serious resistance against him in the north. And also, he has an ego problem. He can't bring himself down to, try to talk to them, try to place a call through, or try to reach out to them directly. He's feeling, I'm at the top here and you're challenging me while you're down there. You can't do anything to me. And Buhari cannot save him because he no longer enjoys the cult followership like before. Right now, people openly criticize Buhari as a failure, what they never did in the past, because they didn't want it to jeopardize his position as the president because he is their brother and all that. Also, the CPC bloc of APC have mostly decamped to SDP. Some who haven't done that openly, they equally openly criticize Tinubu and APC. So he knows the core north is a no-go area for him in 2027. This is why he's focusing on the south. He knows that if anyone wins the 3 regions in the south, he just needs just 1 region in the north to win the presidential election. That's if there are only 2 candidates in the election. This is why he's working to make sure that P2B doesn't contest. Look at what is happening in all the parties. They want to make sure that he doesn't contest so that he will win the entire south. If there is no other southerner in the contest, definitely people will even vote for him because they have no option. Of course, there will be serious voter apathy. People won't come out to vote. The major thing that drives people and motivates them to vote in an election is when they see that a competent candidate is in the contest. They will just cast the vote for the person, hoping that he will win and maybe turn around the fortunes of Nigerians. Now, to the people threatening P2B that if he ever goes into any coalition with El-Rufai, that they will campaign against him and tell people to vote for Tinubu. First of all, in 2023 presidential election, El-Rufai campaigned hard for APC. He campaigned for Muslim tickets. People in the Middle Belt or other areas in the north never voted hard against him. That's people who actually hate El-Rufai, like these people claim. They still voted for APC at the time, and APC eventually won the Middle Belt in the 2023 presidential election. We know it was rigged, but that's the official position. So many people are asking why the threats are coming up right now. Because you know that before you can win an election, you need everyone, especially when you are facing an incumbent that is very, very desperate like Tinubu. When APC was formed, they poached any politician they could lay their hands on because they knew they needed everyone to be on their side before they could defeat Goodluck Jonathan. They didn't care if that person was a religious extremist or ex-convict. They just needed people on their side because they knew they were facing an incumbent. Now that Nigerians want to repeat the same thing, people are openly against it because of one man. All these are intentional. Some of these people issuing these threats, they are already moving into APC because they have been offered money. It's as simple as that. Why do you set a different standard? Because P2B is involved. The only man that continues to visit the middle belt when all the crises, all the attacks, all the killings that has been going on, Tinubu, Atiku, none of them have ever visited the middle belt. During all this time, there has been massive killings in the area. So you can understand, a man that genuinely loves the people, is empathetic to their plight, is the man they are campaigning against. Does it make any sense? Politics is not a love affair. And people should understand that they are not doing anyone any favor by voting him, especially when you are voting in someone you trust that he will do the right thing. If you are voting for a transactional politician, you can say, okay, let me take my money now because I know when he gets there, he will forget everyone. He will just focus on himself, his family, and his associates. So, but when you have that trust that this man, he will do the right thing, he will make sure he blocks all the loopholes, he will stop corruption, he will do everything to turn around the fortunes of Nigerians, and you are giving the same man condition, or you feel that, I'm doing him a favor by voting for him. No, you got it wrong. Please, go ahead and vote for whoever you want. Whatever you see after, please don't come back to complain. It's as simple as that. Like already said, politics is not a love affair, neither is it romance. The people you are going to work with to achieve your objective, they are not even begging you to love them. You are not supposed to love them. Just focus on your objective. If it works out for you at the end of the day, okay. If it doesn't work out, you try again in the future. That's how it's supposed to be. Nitpicking at this early stage means you are not yet ready, or maybe you have taken money from them. You are now spreading agenda and narratives to deceive people, to say, this person is a bad person. If he's ever inside this coalition, work against it. No, this is just another arm of APC spreading narratives. People that genuinely want to turn around their fortunes in these regions should not listen to them. They are very dangerous. Saying that because of one man, you will work against the person you trust or used to trust. Yes, it doesn't make any sense that you will say you will no longer trust one person you trust because El-Rufai is involved. Besides, right now, no one is talking about a vice presidential candidate. Yes. Also, this their plan is exactly what Atiku Abubakar sees. He feels he can win the core north, grab a chunk of the middle belt. He just needs one region from the south. If he can work with a very popular candidate from the south, he feels he stands a very high chance of winning the election. But one thing he's not seeing is the voter apathy this will cause in the south, because this is the time of the south. Just like in 2015 when it was the time for the north, Nigerians genuinely voted for Buhari because they felt that it was justified for the north to come to power. Atiku Abubakar made the same mistake in 2023 by contesting when a northerner was leaving power after spending 8 years. This time around in 2027, he wants to force himself on the ballot again without considering equity and fairness. In fact, if he's on the ballot, he will not only lose, but the voter turnout will be very, very low, especially in the south. Because people will say, this man contesting again against Tinubu, the few that will come out will even vote for Tinubu despite not liking him. Yes, that's the reality. So it is time, all the people in the north that are interested in the coalition, it is time for them to tell Atiku Abubakar point blank that he should shelve his ambition. He should not contest in 2027. If he still wants to contest after 2027, then he can do that in 2031. Of course, by that time, he will be in his 80s, around 85 years. So even now, Atiku Abubakar is already too old to contest presidential election because the job needs a young person who is still agile, who is still in his best form to be able to do the job. If you vote in someone that will be 81 years in 2027, he will be sleeping on the job. It is completely natural. People age. We are not here to live forever. So it is time for all genuine patriots to do the needful. Don't allow people to bamboozle you. Don't listen to people spreading narratives. They have collected money from the ruling party. They tell you exactly what you want to hear. So because you want to hear that, because you are biased, you simply say, this is the excuse I need. I will do what they are telling me. Do the needful and we'll eventually get a country that works for everyone. Thanks for watching.